Welcome back to Lauren's Crazy Pet Show. The Connecticut Doggone Recovery volunteers have helped bring so many lost dogs back to their humans, including the beautiful Emma and Lexi, who were both missing for more than 40 days before they were rescued. And now we have another incredible story to share.
So Carol, Lexi was an amazing success story, but you've also worked on one recently that was unbelievable.
Toby. Toby was a rescue that came from Texas. He was transported to Brass City Rescue in Waterbury. And while he was there, he got away. And that's what began his 50-day journey, which wound up and ended in Naugatuck here.
He came up with 4 of his siblings in early November, mid-November, and he was only with us about 10 days before he slipped his harness on a walk and sent us on an adventure trying to catch him. He actually slipped that harness right in front of our shelter in Middlebury, and that night we were kind of all chasing him, Middlebury PD, animal control. We almost caught him. If our door had been open, he probably would have run back inside. He was so terrified. But he actually made his way down the street on Route 63, which is ridiculously busy. 2 days later, he was spotted by Hot Brook Lake, and he made his way into Hot Brook, which is just expansive. The woods, the water, the wildlife. I was out there at 9 o'clock at night, burning bacon, trying to get him to come over. It was pitch black. He made it through to the other side of Hot Brook, and his next sighting was actually in Waterbury. And I had already been in touch with Carol at Doggone Recovery, but we needed to have something concrete before we could just put a trap out. And he got into the Naugatuck Industrial Park. He was kind of just following the water, tons and tons of wildlife up there. This little skittish dog, no collar, no harness, nothing to indicate that he belongs to somebody, but he is microchipped. He couldn't have been in a worse place. And then we got the storm. 14 inches, shortly thereafter, no more sightings. Basically, I lost hope. I just lost hope.
Well, long story short, I was feeding a black cat outside. And I noticed that the cat was, hungry, cold, so I put the bin out. The cat kind of ran away, and I didn't know this. And I was feeding something. And then one morning I woke up early, and it was a dog. He would come at nighttime, he would clean the plate, and then in the morning he would take off. So I just kept food out for him. I gave him nice warm meals.
And I see you put together a nice little shelter for him.
Because it was getting cold. So I ended up finding an old blanket and an old shower curtain, and I put it together just so he'd have a little bit of someplace we can go and nobody can see him.
And you even saw a couple of bobcats here.
Yes.
So
it's very scary up here.
How?
And I'm so surprised that dog made it, because I for sure thought he was going to get eaten.
And what happened? You called someone and told them?
Actually, I went onto the Naugatuck patch because I really didn't know where to go, and I just put in the patch that I saw someone missing a tan and white dog. And I guess Anne-Marie, she replied back to me.
And then one day there was an article, I saw an advertisement in the Naugatuck patch, and it stated a lost dog. And when I looked at it, it was Cindy's ad that she had been caring for a dog that matched Toby's description. I reached out to her, reached out to Jen.
And all of a sudden, Jen calls me. She goes, "This woman named Cindy has seen the dog in her backyard for 3 days." And I came over here. You can see there's quite a hill right here. I brought my trap down. The big challenge was how to put it on this hill, attached it to a beam with a bungee cord, and I replicated what Cindy had done with the warming station. I put in some rotisserie chicken with the juice. In some of the pictures, we saw Toby actually peeking in to the corner right over here, coming into the trap, and watched as he came around and went right in, and we got him.
What a miracle. And here he is, safe and sound. You must be just over the moon.
Over the moon. I have to commend Connecticut Doggone Recovery, because I've been on a few of these and I've looked for dogs. I hadn't actually formally met Carol until Toby.
And she set up the trap?
That's the first time I'd ever even really seen one of those traps. I have cat traps, and really baited it and did it the way she did it.
And here
he took it the first night. Thank God.
Thank God.
I brought him inside and we sat down, and he literally just sighed.
What a miracle.
Yeah, and then I scanned his microchip just for
sure it was really Toby.
And it was him. And I was like, I cannot believe it. It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
It was finally over and we had a good end result. We were lucky.
It gives people hope too. And I know now we see him with a beautiful companion, Mia, and he is actually up for adoption with Mia.
Yeah, they just really took to each other. They're cuddlers and serial lickers, and they just really bring out the best in each other.
You do such a great job. If somebody's interested in finding out more about you and your wonderful group helping you out, or hopefully adopting the two together, how can they find you?
The best way to find us is on our website, brasscityrescue.org, or on our Facebook page, Brass City Rescue.
Beautiful.